If you feel like sand through the cracks, or a train headed off the tracks, if you feel that you pay too much tax, waste so much time that you can't get back, when you get knocked down to the floor, like you just can't take anymore, when you get sent back to the start, man, just remember we can all fall apart and we can all just fall apart.
Following program is closed caption. Thinking impaired.
Who's your command? You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. They shoot the stars. There we go.
And the P-Boys, John.
Yeah, baby.
You believe in miracles? Yes.
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Hey, everybody. What's happening? How are you? We'll see if YouTube keeps us up for the majority of the show, because last week apparently it was only 23 minutes. They're like, you guys had enough. And then here we are. We're sitting here, and it's all she wrote. Johnny P's there.
Hi.
He's headphoneless.
I've gone full lead singer now, and I picked up some
You got
some
the IEDs.
in-ear monitors now for the show.
Interesting.
They're very comfortable. I got these came with little foam pieces that conform to your ear. They're pretty comfortable. They go down the back of my head, so you can't see wires and such.
Nice.
Now I feel like I see what really comes from this is that every week I watch The Voice, and every week I wish I had a pair of in-ear monitors for no other reason than just for this show. So I bought them.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Where'd you buy them from? It's just
I got them on Amazon. Actually, yeah, they weren't bad. They came with I think 6 or 7 different earpiece tips, 2 wires, and a carrying case.
Nice. Huh. Is there did you do the Amazon delivery bullshit that they have now, or is it just did you just like fuck it?
No. It showed up at my house today. Today is the first time I'm trying them out.
Well, here we are.
Yep.
Trying to figure out where else do we try it at, like at work. It's pretty fun. You just warm.
We just walk around work with like my iPhone in my back pocket, wire going down my back.
Been great. Just impromptu performance.
Yeah, why not? I have a mic stand and everything.
Sure, why not go for it? Now you just have to decorate your mic stand. Just have like handkerchiefs and stuff coming off. It'd be great. Just go full Steven Tyler. Good.
Shit. I'll let my hair grow. Maybe next week. See, now I can wear wigs.
Yes. What?
What?
Yeah, you can't wait. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. I just assume Mark is going to not be here considering the Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was still in the Boston. I
think he said he was there for 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I didn't read. That was my problem.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Shit happens. How was the weekend? How was anything spectacular?
What did I do this weekend? I went out to the bar on Sunday to watch the Caps play.
How did that go?
They lost in overtime. What's new? I think that most times that I've been to the bar recently to watch the Caps play, they've lost. So that means I will drink in the confines of my own home.
I hope you got to your stool in time, because that was a short-ass overtime.
Yeah. I didn't go anywhere. But, yep. So did some of that. Showed some people the Hudson Street Stackhouse in all of its glory. Saturday, I refereed. You might be able to see I'm a little tan-ish, little reddish.
Sure.
Refereed outside for 5 hours.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Hope you stayed hydrated.
I did, kind of. I started cramping up a little bit.
That's not good.
Yeah. That's what happens, though, when you don't run.
Usually, if you're not used to it, that'll. Were you working the line? You working the main? What were you doing there?
A little bit of everything.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm used to. I've been riding my bike, the trainer, and everything. Megan, I've been riding Megan upstairs while I was watching soccer games and the such. But yeah,
No substitute for the real thing, though.
not the same as running, apparently.
I'm surprised. You would think this is kind of the same motion.
Plus, it was almost 80 degrees and a little bit humid on Saturday. And then on Sunday, it was like 60.
Okay, well, the weather's fucked. Let's just put it that way.
I fully expect Maryland's weather to go straight to summer within the next 2 weeks.
Be like, oh, yep, here we are. And then just pop up. It's a good thing I'm not coming home then. I'll just wait for it to get really hot and then go from there.
Yeah. Wait until June. It should be
Wait till early June and say, you know what? I'm going to fly in, and you know what? Screw you. I'm driving down to Raleigh where it's hotter, because this seems like a great idea.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, whatever. These things happen. So
I'll be in Vegas.
You will be.
Yeah.
Someone had to steal the confines of the Betanzo compound.
Yeah, definitely.
The Baton compound. The Baton compound.
Somebody should use it while I'm not here.
Exactly. Probably be me. Because there'd be somebody else that'd probably be breaking entering.
Yeah, that would be weird.
It'd be odd. Some dude just hanging out, cleaning up, doing Johnny stuff. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Watching my TV. Drinking my liquor.
Exactly. And then replacing your liquor. Like, wait a minute. I didn't have this much vodka before. Oh, shit.
So how was your birthday?
Holy granimals. Well, first off, that's probably why, if you're listening live or anything like that, it's why I'm still late and sleepy. Late and sleepy. That was my two favorite dwarves. Late and sleepy. Where was Sleepy? No, Sleepy was a dwarf.
Sleepy was actually a dwarf.
Was he a real one? Or was he a fake
Sleepy
one?
was a real dwarf. What? I mean, it's not. There aren't fake dwarfs.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're just called little people.
Exactly. Dwarfs don't exist. As much as I say that I hate it here, the squad that I have looking after me is always good. So
that's nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. Thursday night was interesting. Did the Mr. Mike's thing. They took care of me very well, thanks to Jeff and the staff over there. As they are wont to do, but this obviously they took care of me very well. And then after that, we went over to where did we go after that? Did we go to Hudson? No?
That's where I went.
No, that's where you went. We went to another brew house. We went to Real Canadian Brew House. Which is
what it's called?
Yeah.
That is
Real
awesome.
Canadian Brew House.
That's an awesome name for a brew house.
And over there, I got myself one of these little bad boys. These Molson Canadian replica Stanley Cups. I went with the Ottawa Senators because obviously the Caps haven't won one. But
it fits on your pinky too.
Yeah, it's a nice little pinky fit. I don't know what the hell it's on the side supposed to be, but hey, we'll go with it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I went over there and my friend Sarah, who was with us, knew the manager, and he came over. He's like, "Hey, what's your favorite team?" I said, "The Caps." He's like, "They suck and haven't won a cup." I'm like, "Don't remind me." He's like, "Well, you have a backup." I'm like, "Yeah, Ottawa," and then comes out with that. I'm like, "That's badass." So
that's nice. You didn't even have to buy cases of beer.
No, I didn't, and I was the day. But funny enough, I was searching the day before for it, and they didn't have it. So the Great Canadian Brew House, shout out to them.
That's
also,
nice.
shout out to Sammy Boston Pizzas for breaking us into that place and staying open just a little bit extra because it's my birthday. So there's that. BP's. Shout out your cheesesteaks. And then we had a Montreal incident happen in the back of my buddy Brand's truck.
What you guys were looking for meat?
No, because I was giving some meat up.
Oh, that Montreal incident.
Yeah, the first night where
The screw job.
Yeah, exactly. Where Jameson just happened early in the night.
Yes. Well, I think
and
you were actually. I think that it was actually the liquid fun dip.
that could have done it too. And then I going back in the rest of the night, I'm just like, yep, shots did me in. I don't do shots well.
Why do you keep doing them?
Because they hand them to me, and I don't want to be an asshole.
Okay.
I think that's really it. So here we are. So that happened. I go back and say hey, look, my tub. How about that? Then apparently, as I fell asleep into my king size bed, my nose was bleeding, and I just
Wow.
it was like a Ric Flair hotel room where there was just blood on the pillow and vomit, and that was
My God.
that's how I roll.
I bet you the next morning the cleaning staff was like, "What the hell happened in here last night?"
Oh, I made sure I cleaned up as much as possible. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. But those hotel drains, you can only lift them up so high. Because I guess they're scared of you just like going down the drain. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to drop stuff down there, right?
No.
You don't want to lose any diamond rings or anything like that, or your newly received Stanley Cup ring. You didn't want to drop that.
Oh no, I had that safely secured in my cargo pants. I made sure of that because I knew I was a little too tipsy at the brew house. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to lose this, so let's just seal this one up real quick.
Yeah,
Just
everybody
did
in
that.
the bar getting tipsy.
Everybody. It was funny because we go into brew house after a playoff game and it's pretty vacant. I'm just like, wow, this is weird. It was pretty bad, but we'll get to that. It's Friday. Woke up. Not feeling bad. Not feeling too worse for wear. NyQuil helps. That's for sure. Then had kiddo, which was a little exciting because Daddy's stomach was a little meh.
I'm hoping she didn't jump on your stomach.
No, I told her, listen, Daddy's not feeling well. Daddy had a night last night. Daddy's not roughhousing around, so get over it.
And then you fell asleep on the couch.
No, we stayed up I stayed up a decent amount. I didn't fall back asleep until I went back to the hotel and took a nap on the couch. Then I woke up. We went back to Mr. Mike's. They take care of me again. I dropped $60 to the guy whose truck I violated.
Oh, that's always the worst.
Yeah, it's the only thing I could do. Really, he's like, I was going to clean this anyway, and that's way too much. I'm like, just take it for the future. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, just get it detailed.
Just, you know what? Just have fun with it. Mr. Bikes, then we went to BP's for a drink. Made fun of the manager there who tore his Achilles or something skiing.
That hurts.
And he's like throwing coasters at us. I'm like, why don't you just go down another hill, stupid, and break both of them? So then we went to the brew house again after that, after one drink at BP's. And on Thursday and Fridays, the brew house turns into a dance club. Why? I don't know. It's a sports bar, but it turns into a dance club on the weekends. Sure.
That's a very Canadian thing to do.
Yes. There's actually another place down across town called Standard Tap House where it's got the TVs and junk and it's a sports layout, and then like Friday, Saturdays a dance club. I'm just like, well, I don't understand this. This culture's weird to me because we have dance clubs that are dance clubs. We're not moving tables and turning lights out.
You're not flipping tables?
No, I'm not flipping tables. That'd just be rude. But yeah, it's funny because I found some people there. They were hanging out and just like, oh, hey, it's your birthday. Like, it's yesterday. She's like, shut up. So yeah, and then after that, we went back to my hotel room and stayed up till 7 a.m.
Yes.
Doing nothing. Just bullshitting around.
After the party's the after party.
Yeah, man. But no one loved anybody in the hotel room, so that's something.
And
So
you guys
kinda-
didn't go to the hotel lobby?
we did because we had to get to the room. That's the only
Oh.
way through.
That's smart. Yeah, you have to go to the hotel lobby first, obviously.
We did. We saw the old guy who was taking care of the place for the night. Like, hey, buddy. It's like, hey.
And then you take it to your room.
Right. No one loved. Like, again, no one loved anybody. But,
Yeah.
But apparently they changed their pool up, so they now have sea salt water filtering. I didn't understand. I'm just like, there's no way in hell I'm using a pool.
What?
There's a 0% chance I'm using a pool this 2-day stay. I'm getting drunk, and I'm getting drunker. And by the time it was all said and done, I had some after the drinking, and then nice continental breakfast, a 3-hour nap, and then over to Mr. Mike's for 2 salads, and away I went for my day. But
Sounds like a fantastic weekend.
it was looking back, it was a great time. Barring the one incident, it was fantastic. So they don't listen, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thanks to Brant, or Jeff, who Mr. Mike's is he treats me well, so God bless him. Brant, who towed me around and whose car I destroyed. Black Mike, because he's Black Mike. Sarah, Molly, Jess, Cole, Sammy, Becca, Jess, Kaylee. I think that's everybody. That's everybody, I think. Cole's girlfriend, whose name I forget, I think it was Jane. If not, it's now Jane. And yeah, that's about it. That was a good time. Like I said, as much as I hate this town, the people are good people. The
Yeah,
peoples
you
are
found a
good people.
group.
I did, even though I have to drive half an hour to go up there and hang out. That's the only downside, is I can't just walk down the street and be like, hey, it's here. Of course, if I did that, I'd be an alcoholic too.
Right.
I
That
think
would be
that's a
bad.
good.
I don't think you
that's a
should
good-
move closer to Mr.
No. It'd be great. Then I
Just
wouldn't
throw that out there.
no, absolutely. It's the.
I mean,
bitter war.
unless you're moonlighting and getting like a second gig there, you could work there during the day or something.
I can't deal with people. I can't deal with I see food industry people. I'm like, Jesus, how do you deal with this? Working on tips bullshit. How does this work? Tips, give me the whole thing. But what's that? I'm fired? Inappropriate. Go fuck yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
that
my-
didn't last very long at all.
It was like 3 seconds. But no, it was a really cool night. I'm trying. Is there any non-incriminating? Yeah, I think I have one non-incriminating picture. I think I got one. I don't know. Come on, stupids. There we go. The funny thing about have you noticed that the reblog area has been fun and fantastic for fucking what it is? The Instagrams. You're not on the Instagrams that much, are you?
No,
If at all, as there are one.
I haven't used it in a while. I haven't posted any pictures in a while. I might post my picture of lightning that I took
Yeah, that was a cool shot. You did.
this past week. I mean, that's Instagrammable, I feel.
That's Instagrammable. That's something that's Instagrammable.
I mean, it's not food, let's be honest, but
Why is it not food?
I don't know. I mean, you can eat lightning, I guess. If you'd like.
Craft Thunder.
Yeah.
I also want to say, hey, Instagram, how about you make it a little easier for me to hack shit off your website so I don't have to bring up the JavaScript all the time, huh? How about we do this, huh?
I didn't even know Instagram had a website.
Yeah, no, they have web-based shit now. It's pretty.
I just
fun.
assumed it was only on my phone.
I just assumed it was all. It was for the longest time, and then I think they did. They're just like, all right, fine. If you're gonna fucking, if you guys are just gonna bitch about it, then we'll just hang out and whatever's. And they're just like, fine, we will bow down to the man, you sons of bitches. And I think they did it begrudgingly, to be quite honest with you.
They probably bought somebody else that like already had it.
Facebook bought them.
Oh, okay. So maybe Facebook made them do it.
Yeah, man, it wasn't me. All right.
It wasn't me. It was
I only,
Facebook.
only found 2 ones that aren't that bad. There's me and Sarah, one of the girls Thursday night who took care of me. She's one of the heads at Mr. Mike.
Good work,
God bless.
Sarah.
And she's a sweetheart. And then this was Friday night or Saturday morning at the dance club. My lovely friend Molly, who's just the sweetest girl ever. And then, yeah, we had a time at the dance club.
Nice.
We were cutting a rug.
Whose rug?
I don't know.
And did they know you were cutting it?
Probably not, or else we'd be punched in the face.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like I was talking to my buddy, and then she just comes up and like literally mugs me, and she's like, "I'm stealing your
wallet."
No, it'd be really weird. I wish. I mean, I would have a better story. No, she just mugs me. She talks to so I was talking to the person. She's like, "I'm stealing him away from you. He's mine," and then dragged me away. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
what the hell just happened here?
Nice. I don't think any female has ever done that to me.
You're 110 and you just dragged me away.
At least none that I would actually want to have
exactly.
that occur. I'm sure that I've had some interesting people that would like to drag me away.
Oh no, that's I got people. All the people I hang out with are cute and they do that. I'm just like, all right, drag me away. It's like what's the Dixie Chick song? Fuck! What's the song? Cowboy Take
Wide Open Spaces.
No, Cowboy Take Me Away. No,
Sid
Goodbye
Wagon?
Earl. Goodbye Earl is what I'm thinking about.
Goodbye, Earl. That's what it was.
Goodbye Earl.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Cowboy Take Me Away. Who says something like that? Anyway, but yeah, no. I was kind of glad because that conversation was boring, and Molly's just like, "Come here, you're getting away from this conversation." And then later, the guy's like, "Is that your girlfriend?" I'm like, "She's a girl. That's a friend, and she takes care of me." And then gave an inauspicious wink, and he just turned his head sideways. I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Yep. And stay in your own goddamn business. Don't worry about me. Worry about you.
Right.
Another fun part about Brewhouse is they card people. As good establishment should, especially the dance clubs, and especially since the age is 18 to drink in Alberta. That's the first bar I ever went to that I got in on goatee cred. I had my ID out ready to go, and the guy's like, "Nah, you got a goatee. You can go ahead." I'm like, fuck, all right, let's do this, boys.
Wow.
Last night I had to show my ID. There were 6 people in here.
I
We're
can't even
violating
tell you the last time I've been ID'd.
We're violating fucking fire codes in here, and I get beard cred. God bless you, Brewhouse.
That's good stuff.
You're right next door to Mr. Mike, and it's really confusing.
It sounds like you found a new place. Also,
nah.
I mean, they gave you a ring, though.
They did. They tried to put a ring on it, but I'm not that. But this hoe ain't loyal.
Oh, okay. No, I understand.
I love my redhead Sammy, and I can't. I have to be loyal to her as well. It's a balancing act. Brewhouse, dude. I can't do dance clubs. Please.
Yeah, but it's like 90% of the time it's a sports bar.
Yeah, but the times that I'm up there, it's dance club.
Oh, then 90% of the time for you, it's a dance club.
100% of the time, 'cause I'm only up there. Well, 99 because I was there Thursday. On the rare Thursday that I'm there, it's dance club. It's dance
I
club.
might go online and see if I can find one of those Kings rings. Maybe I'll get one of those.
Oh yeah, dude.
I can wear it with my Wayne Gretzky jersey.
Boom, there you go. Then people be like, "That didn't happen."
And then I'll punch him in the face with my ring.
With your ring hand strong, son. Like if I forced it, I could probably put it on my ring finger. But
if it fits you, if it fits your pinky, it probably fits my ring finger.
Oh, absolutely. I don't like, and these things are not terribly constructed either. Like it's pretty. Like it's pretty nicely constructed. It's got you got your fake jewels in there. You got your nice little logo there. You got your side pieces here. Like this one has it beats Montreal, Boston. Yeah, it's got the little Stanley Cup thing. I don't know if I can't tell if this is a real metal. This could be some aluminum. This could be aluminum foil. I don't know.
It's paper mache.
If I try to put it on my ring finger, it goes up to my knuckle. And if I force it, I could push it through. But
that'll definitely fit right on my ring finger. That's nice.
Yeah, man. Like these are really nicely done, and yeah, again, thanks to the brew house guys for doing that. But stop making dance clubs. I'll come more often. Or if somebody drags me over there and says, "Hey, listen, you can talk to your redhead next week," I'm just like, but no, she's my redhead, and she gives me alcohol. I'm like, well, we can dye our hair red and give you alcohol. I'm like, okay, fine. That's the story of Earth Day, everybody.
Yeah, Earth Day.
As I ramble off thinking of Friday night, Saturday morning, like that was a pretty good night too. That was a real good night.
Yeah, sounds like you had a good outing.
Fun fact: if you try to look "Baby Come Back," like the old Motown song, up on YouTube,
Okay.
yeah, you can't find it anywhere. We had 3 people looking on 3 different phones and couldn't find "Baby Come Back" on YouTube, the right version. It was just all the new techno version because for some reason we brought up that song in the hotel room at 4:45 in the morning and couldn't play it. And
Is that the Temptations?
I think it was.
I mean, they might not have a video. Maybe that's what it was.
Well,
There
Yeah,
might be
but-
some liveness.
yeah, but liveness or someone just doing the thing where they have the static image of the record, the album cover, and just the track underneath.
Oh, speaking of albums, I have a shout out to Google Drive. No, sorry, Google Play.
How's that?
Every day, Google Play sends me information on what songs of the day are free. Songs of the day. Most of the time they're crap. And they're basically like, hey, look, I want to get my song out, so I'm going to make it free. But the last 2 days, I got the entire album of the best of Toto and the entire album of the best of Meatloaf for free, both.
The funny thing is, you bring up the best of Toto, and I was in a store, and they had that like on the rack. The best.
Oh
of
no,
Toto.
it's that CD.
It is.
Yeah, the white border that has like the random like teal writing, and it's literally that CD.
I was surprised when I looked on the back of it, and it didn't just have Africa 117 times.
Well, that's the only song I know. Let's be honest. But
Well,
if
that's the
it's
only
free,
song
I'll take
anyone
the whole
knows.
album.
And did they have another song after that?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet.
You just listened to Africa.
I looked. I just listened to Africa, and I listened to "I Would Do Anything for Love."
You know who would appreciate the Toto drop would be one David P. Lycoming.
Nice.
He would enjoy the just Africa all the time.
I'm kind of hoping that they go through like that whole series because I know that there was a best of Simon and Garfunkel, and there's a best of Sublime also, which I would like actually.
Best of Sublime would be interesting.
Yeah, I would definitely take that for certain.
I can name 6 songs, I think, from Sublime that would be on there. 40 Ounces to Freedom, What I Got, Santeria.
I mean, they had some good songs. They had some really good songs. Like that
They had
might actually be a best of album.
That could be.
The best of Meatloaf. I was looking through it. And I'm like, I know 3 of these songs.
It's that. It's the one where he wants to go all the way tonight, and I can't remember a third
Is
one.
that Paradise on the dashboard? By the dashboard?
Yeah.
By the dashboard?
By the Dashboard Light.
Yeah.
Something I didn't have on Friday. So
And then there was another one, Bad Out of Hell, I believe.
I'm sure if I heard it, I would know it, but I don't know like offhand. It's one of those things.
Well, I mean, I'll just put it on my computer and then we can play it down in
Sounds
Florida. Oh, that is an early diss, by the way,
Oh shit! Here we go.
to Southwest Vacations. They're not allowing me to book online.
What?
Reason. It keeps telling me it can't figure out who's traveling, and I'm like, F off! I've only put one person. I'm traveling. So they want me to call them, and I'm like, this is a waste of my time. But for that price, maybe.
Yeah, at that price, I might have to deal with customer service.
Oh, and I
I'm-
also found out that the suite that they booked at the Enrico Palazzo in Las Vegas is almost the size of my house.
Jesus Christ!
It's 720 square feet.
The actual fuck is up with the Vegas? Just is give. Yeah, sure, take this,
For
take it.
$149 a night.
dude. I think regular rooms are probably like $10 a night. Like you could probably get a regular because there's so many fucking hotels down there. Fuck, man. Just gamble, get a Sean O kind of credit going, and then you should be good.
Yeah, one of my friends told me that I should just take but the money that I made refereeing, I should take it and just put a third of it on red as soon as I walk in and see what happens. It's like, just let it ride.
Ride, let it ride. Nice. That'd be fun. All right. I guess I'm done. I'm trying to think of if there's any other birthday shenanigans. I don't know. No, that was just that was just the highlight of the night. It's just that's I walk in Saturday morning and I see people I haven't seen in like a couple years. It's like, oh, hey, you're still a thing. And then Molly taking me from this banal conversation because she's the sweetest girl and realized I was in distress. This dude was talking my ear off and I'm trying to get the hell out of here. It's like, all right,
I'm
cool.
guessing that I will probably not do much for my birthday, but
Come on, make it happen,
the birthday of Ole Kolzig, so
you got a Frank Denz this month. Frank Denz birthday, this motherfucker.
it is a Wednesday night, also.
Oh, fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, shit too. All right, let's get some injury reports before I fall asleep. Injury reports. Oh man. Feel like Jared.
To see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
We might have to have an in-show meeting as well if after all this news is done.
That's fine.
Because I'm a lazy asshole who can't get up one time. Alex Burrows, scary seeing out of Saddledome on Tuesday night. Alex Burrows went off the ice after morning skate, saying "help" as he was holding his arm. Doctors checked him out. Ambulance came in, and he was stretchered out. Diagnosed with fractured ribs.
Oh,
but
that's better than heart attack, though.
That's what everyone was thinking. You know, he grabs his arm and he's saying "help" as he goes to the back, and everyone follows him and he gets stretchered off. And he's like, "Oh, heart attack, lung thing." So I guess the fractured rib was high enough; it felt like it punctured his lung or fucked his heart up something fierce. But he stayed in town. I think he's still in town because he didn't fly back with the team. But he was under evaluation in Calgary hospital. And good to see he's okay. 'Cause it was pretty scary. Like no one knew what was going on, and the Canucks didn't say anything because you got to protect everyone in their status for the weekend and for the games and stuff like that. So here we are.
Yep.
Mike Fisher, upper body injury. He is day to day, aren't we all? Hey, remember Zdeno Chara? Remember he was hurt for a while there.
Like this entire season?
Yeah. And he came back and didn't play that well towards the end of the season. Turns out he had a fracture in his fibula and his ankle.
Oh.
So he was playing with a broken leg, trying to get the team into the playoffs.
Oh my God, that is awful.
And because of that, he will not be playing for Slovakia in the World Championships.
I sure as hell hope not.
Yeah, as is customary when you have a broken leg and ankle.
I mean, speaking of Chara, though, I know that Sean Leahy loved the Chara bomb drop.
He loved it. He was not expecting it, and then it happened. He didn't see it visually because apparently YouTube hated us, but he was there, and he remembered it. He also had a birthday as well this past week, so shout out to Sean Leahy's birthday. He turns 46 years old today, or yesterday. I don't think it's that old. In any case,
he doesn't look a day over 40.
I gave him a present of. I heard a story in Philadelphia. I heard the story. Or was it Philadelphia? What was last year's draft? That was Philadelphia.
Yes.
Where he and like random people showed up to that hot dog place. And then he told me the story about seeing Brian Boyle naked. So I just sent him a picture of Brian Boyle in his underwear. It's like, here, Sean Leahy, here's my gift to you. Ta-da. You know what? I don't condone anybody sending pictures to @Sean_Leahy. Have with Brian Boyle in compromising situations. I'm not saying that.
Why would you want to tweet @Sean_Leahy for his birthday?
And if you tweet at Sean_Leahy with Brian Boyle pictures for his birthday, by no means do you charbomb him as well, because that's just a double whammy.
Yeah, and mean.
And
That's mean.
really mean.
People.
Really mean. And we like Sean Leahy. He's one of the good guys.
He's one of the few people that hangs out with us.
He is one of the few people that acknowledges our existence, and we're burning that bridge very quickly.
Okay, let's be honest. If we haven't already burned it, I'm pretty certain there's nothing we can do.
That's true. If you can show up with a drink that has limes around the rim, and he just shakes it off, I think we're good.
Yeah, just like Taylor Swift.
Exactly. It's just, there's many conversations that he probably wishes he had someone like Molly drag him away from.
Yeah, Citrus is gonna shit. No, that's not right.
There's situations where he was talking to Margaret Cho and Peter Griffin, and he just wanted to get away from there. You know what? If he didn't forgive us for that, if he forgave us for that, then I think we're good. To be quite honest.
So what? Let's be honest. It could have been way worse because I tried to send him a text that told him we left, and it went to Sean O'Connor.
Right.
So now
you were playing with Sean
later. Leahy will listen to this tomorrow, and he'll never talk to Giuseppe again.
You're like which Sean is this? Like, I don't know. All you Seans look alike.
Well, I found an Irish Sean. I sent him a text. What the hell?
All you mixed look the same and have the same first name. You know what? Screw it. Like, I'm with you, Johnny. Send pictures to Sean Leahy. Nathan Beaulieu of the Montreal Canadiens, upper body injury. He's out for the rest of the series. This Ottawa series, which I don't have a score on.
It might not last very long.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he could be back like next week because this series ain't going. As it stands right now, Senator tie halfway through the game, nothing. Penguins up 1-0 in the second. Penguins are going to probably try to take this to 7, I bet, for no reason whatsoever aside from the fact that they hate everybody. Although, I would love to live in a world where the Rangers and Penguins go to 7 games. The Penguins beat them and shut the hell up, shut those Ranger fans up. Keeps Jim Rutherford having a job because there's rumors about him being fired already. And then the Caps beat them and exercise that demon.
That would be nice, actually.
I would. I think that's a scenario that I put forth to Jen, the history girl. She's like, "Yes, this is perfect. This seems fantastic," and I wholeheartedly support your decision to root for that. And I'm like, "Yes, fine. Then I'll drive down to see you."
I would be lying if I didn't just say this, that I don't even care if the Caps win or not. I just don't want them to play 7 games again.
You know what's going to happen, though, right? Like, that's
going to go to 7 games.
It's an inevitability.
And then I'm going to have to watch it, and I'm going to be pissed off and drunk all night. You know what? That should be what night would that be?
Ooh, what game?
Tomorrow is games 5?
5. Then Saturday
so
would be 6. Monday.
Oh, that could be a bad Tuesday morning, but you know what? Screw it. I was screaming at the top of my lungs last night, so whatever. I'm pretty certain that no one can hear me through the walls of my house.
Well, that's good. Or they're having enough courtesy not to call.
Or they were actually watching the game also. Let's be honest.
Like, yeah, he's right. Fuck these guys. Holtby played well. I'm surprised he didn't went back to Grubauer after game 3, even though he had a rough start but settled down.
I still say that I think the best pickup the Caps got last year was Mitch Cord.
Oh, absolutely. The worst pickup is Justin Peters because he can't do shit, and that might be just because Braden Holtby wants to play in net all the time. But Philip Grubauer is the backup to Braden Holtby. Let that sink in for a second.
Now he is.
Yeah, now he is, which sucks because the Bears are second in the East, and now it's Phoenix Copley's time.
Yeah, but he's not bad either.
It's not that terrible, no, but I'm pretty sure they like Grubauer back then. Philip Grubauer.
That's true.
I blew up Nakatomi Plaza. Anyway. Anywho, that tip by Ovechkin was sick, though. That was amazing. Like, I don't think I probably do it, but I just do it just swinging my stick wildly like a fucking lunatic. As I am wont to do. Where am I at? Oh yeah, Eric Fair. Speaking of the Caps, lower body injuries. He's out until at least Game 6.
That's
But,
interesting because I thought that it was upper body injury at first.
I don't know. It's a body injury. It could have been upper body injury.
I mean, let's
really
be
don't.
honest. It was probably concussion.
Yeah, odds are it was that. So
I do. I don't get to see Kyle Okposo play a lot, but I do actually like him a lot. He's a really good hockey player.
he's a throwback.
Yeah.
He's the power forward that everyone gagaed over. He's like a Joe Colburn in Calgary. Just a thick, just a big guy, skates fast, has good hands.
Yeah, but he's an actual top liner. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I like watching Wilson play a lot too, but he's never going to be a top liner. He doesn't have the hands to do that. He just can run around and hit people, and he's big and occasionally chips in with a goal. But I mean, Okposo is like a legit top liner.
Yeah, well, he's American Ovechkin, I would say. Minus the
Now, is he a
scoring
right
goals.
wing or a left wing?
Right wing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's right. He's right winged.
Yeah, little right wing. He's lean. He doesn't. He wants taxes up, property tax down. Shea Weber, lower body injury. He's day to day. Predators have missed him. That wild 3 overtime game, they could have used him. Ended a little bit earlier. Some coaching vacancies. Todd McClellan and the San Jose Sharks mutually agreed to part ways. So San Jose's got an opening in their system. So they have that hole to fill. Obviously, everyone knew McLennan was probably going to be out. So they're like, all right, we can fire you or we can quote unquote mutually agree to part ways. So McLennan, he'll be out of a job for another 2 days and then he'll be hired by somebody. The Philadelphia Flyers fired Craig Berube, the chief, did not get the job done. And he will be, I don't know, somewhere else. I was having a discussion with someone. It's just like, listen, the Flyers Ed Snyder needs to either go away from the Flyers alumni or pass away so his son can do a Bill Wirtz kind of thing and get the right personnel in there after the old man's done. Johnny, sadly, you will not have this hookup in Vegas anymore as Jarrett Stoll was arrested for cocaine and MDMA possession.
Jeez.
Early Friday morning. Cops found him in his swim trunks. Apparently had a pink baggie. They asked him what it was. He said it was cocaine. They searched him. They found ecstasy on him as well. So he was put into custody, and here we are.
Well, let's be honest. Wes Welker got 6 games suspension for having ecstasy.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not that bad.
Nah, NHL will give him $50,000 fine. And that'll be it.
Well, I mean, what they should do is just sell all the shit on the open street and then put it in the NHL coffers.
Boom, done. I like it. Or you just collectively bargain that MDMA is okay.
What is MDMA?
Ecstasy.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the breakdown, molecule breakdown. I think.
Molly's.
Molly, Papa Molly is sweating, which I was on Saturday morning because it was warm in there, and then she smothered me with a pillow.
Oh, tried to kill you.
I'm like, haha, joke's on you. I have no life insurance. She's like, damn it. I'm like, well, I wouldn't even will it to you anyway. I have a kid, stupid. She's like, I know, but still. It'd be fun to say I smothered someone with a pillow. I'm like, touche. That would be a fun murder, to be quite honest. Another thing to be quite honest about, the Edmonton Oilers won the draft lottery. 4th time in 6 years they'll pick first overall. For Connor McDavid, everybody. Listen.
But here's
Go
the
ahead.
problem, though, is that he's actually good enough to get past that system.
I want to thank the Edmonton Oilers for screwing up Connor McDavid's career. I want to thank them for trading Taylor Hall and or Nail Yakupov and or Jordan Everly and or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins because they're going to have to
trade one of them, right?
They have to. Like by numbers wise, they have to, and they'll get a good return for a defenseman or a goalie or something like that. But
Phoenix Copley. No, I'm just kidding.
How? Oh God, if they did, that'd be great. How crazy would it be if they didn't pick McDavid and went Jack Eichel? And
well, I heard that the reporters were a bit douchey and asking them, "So you want to just name your first round pick now?"
Yeah, exactly. You know what? But it's also one of those things where it's just you don't want to fucking keep prolonging the inevitable. But I understand why, Edmonton's like, we're going to slow play this one. Because you know how valuable that number 1 overall pick is. You know how much you can get on the street for that. Ask Jared Stoll. It's a lot of money.
It's true. Actually, he might have sold the Kings' first round pick.
Yeah. I want to wait till Lyle gets on so we can pose that question to him because I got that on the docket.
Should we bring Lyle on now? It's 8:30.
Yeah, we didn't start till 45. So.
I mean, it's up to you. We can do what we want.
Well, do what I want. Yeah, I guess so. There's two shitty fucking things. All
right, I will get Lyle on.
Go ahead. Bob Nicholson, former head of Hockey Canada, was named Edmonton Oilers Sports and Entertainment CEO. So essentially, he's running the Oilers now. Is what all it is. So basically, he's and people have seen Peter Chiarelli, the former Boston Bruins GM, in the Edmonton area. So odds are Craig McTavish could be fired and Peter Chiarelli all up on that business. And then Bob Artley fined $50,000 after Game 2 and the shenanigans that happened after that. The Gong Show that was Game 2 in the Flames Canucks series, where what's his name? Not Derek England. Might have been Derek England. One of the Flames defensemen racked up like 2 game misconducts, double fighting major, 2 game misconducts, and like an instigator. Like if fantasy was happening, you'd get so many points for penalty minutes. I think it was Derek England. I really don't know. Maybe Lyle knows. Lyle joins us. Lyle Richardson from SpectresHockey.net. Lyle, hey, who was the guy who got all those penalties in the Calgary Flames game? I can't remember. Game 2.
The guy who got all the Derek Englund.
It was Englund. Okay.
Englund, yeah.
Wow, Lyle, the beard is coming in well.
Thank you. It's it's the scruff also rises part of it, or as one of my friends said, it's the survivor of the zombie apocalypse look. So it's going well.
I say it's very hobo chic. I am
close. I was thinking a sort of a Hobo Bill look. Yeah.
You should go with like a Dark Knight Rises type reference and be like the Gray Scruff Rises or something.
The Gray Scruff Rises. Yeah, that would have been even better.
Have voice modulation would be great. I'll tell you about these traits, Mr. Wayne. All right, Lyle, do the Edmonton Oilers just have a horseshoe up their ass? Because I'm looking at this. I'm thinking to myself, hey, there's no way in hell the Edmonton Oilers can win this draft lottery. I'm expecting to wake up from my much-needed nap on Saturday / hangover to just be like, yeah, all right, Buffalo wins it or Phoenix wins it. Okay, one of those two, fine. Wake up. Hey, Edmonton won it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. How is this organization who pretty much all I can say about their last 5-6 years.
That's totally fine, yeah.
How do they get this damn lucky?
Sometimes it's in the words of one of the greatest wrestling commentators ever. I'm speaking, of course, of Jesse the Body Ventura. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And then I think, how can the Edmonton Oilers screw this one up? Because I know that they are.
Well, that seems to be the running theme for a lot of folks. And listen, understandably so. I mean, first of all, before I get into that part, I just want to say, first off, while I'm sorry, Buffalo Sabres fans, that you didn't get what you wanted, at the same time, I really enjoyed watching Tim Murray look like the spoiled little kid who didn't get the action figure he wanted for Christmas. And, you know, he
For a
really
guy like
did.
him, he's easily hateable by doing stuff like that.
Oh my God! Well, the whole thing. I mean, with his obvious, you know, I dream of Connor McDavid, which, let's face it, gave off a very creepy stalker vibe, if you will. You know,
Creepy uncle, yeah.
very, very, very much so. And then, you know, when it was announced, and first of all, could I just say that the internet, not so much the internet, but Twitter, hockey Twitter, basically exploded when it was announced that the Oilers were getting that pick. And it's just funny to watch some of the reaction videos afterwards, because it was just all the same. What the fuck? No fucking way. That's pretty much what the reaction was. What the fuck? No fucking way.
What was better, that or watching that time lapse of those people in their living room watching the collapse of the Toronto Maple Leafs?
That was while the collapse of the Maple Leaf one is truly epic. That is up there. It's up there.
Wow.
It is. It really is. But to see Tim Murray's reaction, it's, you know, okay, I can understand being disappointed. I really can. I can get it. This was the guy that you were hoping to get. You were hoping to win the draft. Blah blah blah. The odds were in your favor. You had the worst record, and then boom, the Oilers get it. So I can understand the disappointment. But Tim Bubala, you're a friggin' hockey executive. You are the general manager of a hockey team. You have your moment, because let's face it, when it was announced, he wasn't on camera. He was in a room with, you know, the team president and however many other accolades. But anyway, or acolytes, sorry. Accolades too. Accolades, giving him accolades. You're wonderful, Tim. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. It's all going to go well, Timmy, baby. It's all going well.
Terry Pagula was just bringing all the French Connections hardware with him.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like, hey, guys, remember this? All right, we get it, Terry. We get it, buddy.
But anyway, so the initial reaction thing, I would definitely get it, you know, but we never got to see that. But to come out then and talk to the press, and basically, as I said, to act like a spoiled kid who didn't get the action figure he wanted. I mean, I have expected to go, but I don't want Jack Eichel. I wanted Connor McDavid. You guys are the worst parents ever. Go storm off up to his room. That's what I was half expecting. I mean, he was on the verge of a petulant temper tantrum. And if you are Jack Eichel or members of Jack Eichel's family or Jack Eichel's agent, how did you feel at that moment? As much as everybody was going on about, oh, Connor McDavid didn't look very happy when he found out, oh, the Oilers won the draft. He didn't look very happy. At least that kid has the right to feel honest about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, if anybody has the right to feel honest in his opinions, because I'm sure everybody was blowing smoke up his ass saying, listen, outside chance you'll get Toronto, but you're definitely going to wind up going to Buffalo. You're going to go to Buffalo, which was perfect. He wasn't going to have to leave home. He's, you know what I mean?
Very low pressure in Buffalo.
Oh, and he was going to be, like I said, an hour away from Newmarket, from where he was born and raised. Oh, it was going to be wonderful. And I'm sure that's what he was anticipating. You know, and to not get it, I'm sure it came as a shock, and yeah, probably upsetting that this was not where he expected to go. I'm sure he would have had the same reaction if it had been Arizona had been announced as the winner of the pick, or Carolina, or New Jersey, or any of the ones in the 14 ones, other than obviously Toronto and Buffalo. But his reaction at least is honest. But for Tim Murray, you know, it's not like you got a crappy consolation prize. You got second overall. You got Jack Eichel. You know,
but at the same time, he shouldn't have went overboard. But this is a guy who also wasted a year trying to tank and be the worst possible guy, and selling these guys who are trying to stay and trying to convince guys, hey, no, we'll screw this year. We got the guy coming next year. We got it. That's like when you open the door and you're just like, hey, Coke? No, I'm RC Cola. What's up? I mean, that's a. I think he's just like, how can people trust me now? Because I sold these guys
How do you feel as even as a fan of the Buffalo Sabres? I would feel bad about how the organization is being run.
Sure, but the interesting thing
is going to come out and say in a place that's public. If he says that somewhere behind the scenes, talking to the owner,
sure,
then it's just hearsay that we out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
in
that's
no
private
way, shape, or
conversation.
form is that your actual statement that you're giving to reporters.
Exactly, Johnny, and that's what I'm saying. You are an NHL executive. I mean, say what you will about Commissioner Gary Bettman. Say what you will, and Lord knows people have said
care what
plenty.
anybody says. I love the guy.
Yeah, and listen, and in a weird way, I've learned to admire him over the years. It doesn't mean that I'm a fan of his. Doesn't mean I support a lot of the stuff he does. I will never forgive him for the lockouts. Never, ever, ever, or for lying to fans by saying that ticket prices would get lower once set player salaries went down. But that's a whole other story. We talked about that. The whole thing is, but Bettman is a master at talking to the public. His true feelings almost never come out. If he's disappointed, whatever, it almost never comes out. But, and that's a model that if you're going to be an NHL executive of any team, you need to emulate that. Do not let your true feelings come out in public, especially when it's something like that. And listen, I think Johnny or Scotty, one of you guys touched on Sabres fans. The interesting thing with Sabres fans, the reaction I've seen from most Sabres fans, yeah, they were disappointed they didn't get McDavid, but they were fine with it because they're going to get Jack Eichel. They know what they've got in Jack Eichel, and while, yeah, okay, they would have preferred Connor McDavid, they're happy with Jack Eichel. But Tim Murray wasn't. To come out and say, like what he said, I'm disappointed for Sabres fans. This isn't obviously what the result we expected. As I said, if you're Jack Eichel, Eichel's parents, Eichel's friends, Eichel's agent, do you really want to hear that? Because listen, if Jack Eichel really wanted to be a prick, he could turn around and go, well, yeah, I know I belong to this, but I'm gonna stay in Boston College for another year. I really think I could benefit from another year of college just to dick him around for a year. Now, do I think he's going to do that? No. I think Eichel really wants to play in the NHL, and he's going to be one hell of a player. If this wasn't the Connor McDavid draft, he would be the first overall pick, and the Sabres would have been thrilled to have him. But just that reaction with Tim Murray was just not the way to get off on the right foot with the camp of the guy who everybody knows you're going to select with the second overall pick.
And then they, one of the big things is they signed his college line mate, Evan Rodriguez. So I mean, I guess that was a make well, just like, hey, remember those things we said? Don't worry about Saturday. Yeah. We got this covered, but don't worry about it.
that was the giant Pepsi talking.
I do have an extremely weird thought at this point, though. But
let us have it.
Eichel, I hardly know her.
For the Sabres. I mean, I don't know who's coming in next season. I don't really. That's Scotty's gig on Sunday. He knows. He knows the young kids and whatnot.
Face-off Farm Report every Sunday, kids.
First off, let's rename that because let's bring that back. That sounded weird.
Scotty Waz knows young kids. Yeah,
that's my fault. But the best thing that could actually happen to the Sabres organization right now is if Jack Eichel stayed in school.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they're going to suck shit again next year, and then they get another 1 or 2 pick, and they can bring them both in together at the same time.
Yeah. But this was Tim Murray's grand scheme, though. This was his grand plan, and as I said, Sabres fans, I mean, I'm not mocking him or anything like that. God, they've had to go through a lot. I really feel bad for them. Honestly, I do. But I'm not going to lie. When I found out the Oilers got that pick and the Sabres didn't after, now whether you want to believe that the Sabres tanked the season or not, I don't believe they did. Tim Murray deliberately tanked the season? No, but it certainly didn't hurt with the moves that he made that they wound up finishing where they did. So I kind of liked it just based on the fact of seeing the sheer disappointment on Tim Murray's face. That was perfect, because if he did tank the season, And I'm not saying he did. But, hypothetically, if he did tank the season, karma's a bitch. Okay? I loved it. I loved that part
I'm
of
not
it.
saying he tanked the season, but when Michael Neuveer got hot, he traded him to the Islanders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if karma's a bitch, then the Oilers wouldn't have gotten it either.
But the thing was, though,
sure too.
but this is the thing. The Oilers did not tank the season. Say what
No,
you
they're
will
just-
about them.
they're
They're just a badly run team, obviously. But they at least they didn't tank the season. They came into the season expecting to contend for the playoffs. They really did, you know. And it's like I said, that whole thing. Okay, the Oilers getting in. Okay, 4th time in 6 years. But you know what? Hey, that they got lucky. So what? So what? If anything, that proves that the NHL didn't rig the draft. Because, trust me, that was the last place they would have wanted their supposed superstar of the future, their next poster child, the heir apparent to Crosby and Ovechkin. That's the last place they would have wanted him to go. They would have wanted him in Buffalo or in Arizona to maybe help save that market. Or, God bless them, Toronto. If Toronto could have gotten it, the largest market, geez, oh, what a bonanza. They would have loved that. Edmonton? You know, the truly poorly run organization in the league. Again, say what you will about the Sabres, but at least, yeah, Tim Murray has a plan. Okay, he made the team awful on purpose. Okay, fine. That's as far as I'm willing to go as far as the whole tanking thing goes. But at least he had a plan. Okay, this was part of his grand scheme. The Oilers, there was no plan. This was no plan. This was not planned. You know, they have no plan. That's obvious. Look at how they've screwed things up in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and that brings us to this. How are they screwing this one up, Lau?
Well, I don't believe that they're going to, simply for the fact that first of all, yeah, this is almost so idiot-proof that even the Oilers can't screw this up. Because let's face it, it's a generational player. Listen, this is the biggest. This is the first true franchise player that has walked through their door since Wayne Gretzky 36 years ago, when they were still with the WHA. Okay, and having him, because they never expected to get him. They were not expecting to get him. So the situation turns around that here you are, you got this generational player, this once-in-a-lifetime generational player who could turn around and change everything for you. And, you know, at the same time, you've got Taylor Hall, you've got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, you've got Jordan Eberle, you've got Neil Yakupov, you got Leon Draisaitl, and, you know, Darnell Nurse waiting in the wings, you know. So you got a good core that you can bring in there. So now, like you guys were saying, you could maybe move one of those pieces. Do they move Taylor Hall? No. Do they move Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? No, because they need the depth at center, right? If McDavid turns into the superstar but he thinks he'll be, then McDavid takes over on the first line, Nugent-Hopkins goes to the second line. So now you've got solid depth in your top two lines at center. So no, Nugent-Hopkins doesn't move. Jordan Eberle, I don't think so. But Yakupov, possibly. Draisaitl, possibly. You know, they're not moving Darnell Nurse, absolutely not, or Oscar Kleppblom, and yeah, they're going to keep Justin Schultz. But here's what they're going to move for sure, okay? That first-round pick that they got from Pittsburgh, that is definitely being dealt. The second-round pick that they got from Montreal in the Jeff Petrie trade, either that or their own second-round pick, definitely being dealt. I could see them packaging that first-round pick from the Penguins, either their second-round pick or the Canadian second-round pick. They could land themselves a really good goaltender with that pick, with that package. Or you get a first and you package Draisaitl or Yakupov, and you're going to bring back a solid return with that. And it's got to be a goaltender. Got to be. Yes, I know they need quality defensemen, blah, blah, blah. And maybe they'll get a bit lucky through free agency. I don't know. But they desperately need a quality goaltender. You got to build from the net out, remember. And that's what I'm saying. So that's going to happen. But no, Hall's not going anywhere. Eberle's not going anywhere. Nugent-Hopkins not going anywhere. They're going to be key pieces. And let's face it, two of those guys are going to end up being line mates with Connor McDavid before next season is out. Bank on that.
Yeah. So
it's just a matter, I guess, what can you get for what package kind of thing. You mentioned the first overall package, the first overall, second, and like what team is going to be willing to help the Oilers? The sad sack Oilers.
Well, I mean, they're obvious right off the bat. I mean, listen, if I was Craig McTavish. If I was Craig McTavish,
first off, I'd be watching my back if I'm Craig McTavish.
Well, we'll get to the whole Chiarelli thing in a minute here, but McTavish, I think what he's going to do is he's going to target the teams that do not have first-round picks in this year's draft. That's the New York Rangers, who, guess what? They have a backup goaltender, Cam Talbot. Okay, who's going to be an unrestricted free agent next summer? All right, Cam Talbot is never going to dethrone Henrik Lundqvist, okay? That's just not going to happen. So there's a trade possibility right there. Other teams that have the Chicago Blackhawks, hello, okay? Scott Darling all of a sudden is a darling in the playoffs for them, which raises the question, what do you do about Corey Crawford? What do you do about their other backup whose name eludes me for a moment? Oh, God.
Antti Raanta.
Thank you very much. He's in there, too. Now, I would not give up a first-round pick for Antti Raanta. But maybe make that offer for Corey Crawford. I don't know if Corey Crawford has a no-trade clause or not, but if he doesn't, who can say? Because they've got to shed salary as well. And those are other teams that he's going to target too. Teams that are going to need to dump salary and don't want to take salary back. So, again, you're talking Chicago. You're talking the Kings. The Kings, hello, Martin Jones, another goaltender. Right? You're talking the Rangers, the Flyers, okay? The Flyers have lots of not goaltenders, but lots of defensemen.
They don't have goaltenders.
Defensemen. They have a lot of defensemen, and they need to move one or two of them. Now, none of them, obviously.
I got it.
Yep. I don't know who's calling. Not me. But a lot of them are going to be they need to trade some of those defensemen. But a lot of them are like second-pairing defensemen, third-pairing defensemen, okay? None of them are first-pairing guys. So possibly there's a deal to be had there to bring in depth on defense and another deal elsewhere to bring in a goaltender. But those are just some examples of the teams they could target, teams that need to shed salary, that are lacking first-round picks, and are not going to want to take it very much salary back, if any at all, and have goaltenders or defensemen to spare. That's who I see that they're going to target this summer.
Full no move for Corey Crawford.
Then he's definitely not going to be traded.
Nope.
Or if they do ask him, you can bet your ass he's not going to accept a trade.
Not going to go to Edmonton.
No way. Sure. So thanks for looking at it for me, Scotty.
I like that Martin Jones to Edmonton.
Martin Jones.
Cam Talbot's another one.
I would rather Martin. See, the thing I have with Cam Talbot is I look at him and I see Ben Scrivens 2.0. Because Scrivens played well behind the Kings.
True.
Everyone was touting his, just his greatness, and then he goes to Edmonton and
Well, of course, it doesn't help that their defense was
exactly.
Well, that didn't help either. But and as far as Chiarelli, that. First of all, yes, I hope they hire him. It would obviously be in some other form other than he will not be taking over as general manager. Okay.
He'll be consultant.
Absolutely, but if you're Craig McTavish, though, that may incite you to maybe step up your game a little bit, because if you screw up over the next year or two, guess who can slide right in there and take your job? So on the one hand, great, yes, have Chiarelli in there as a consultant, as an advisor, all that happy stuff, but definitely step up your game, son, or else he'll be taking your job.
So at this point, though, if the Oilers figure out a way to not make the playoffs within the next year or two, then things have to change, right? I mean, because they have the players. This is like the one team that I've actually seen that has good players.
Yeah.
And
it should be like management that's actually getting fired.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Johnny. Everybody agrees. Listen, you will not find an Oilers fan anywhere who believes Craig McTavish should be the GM, that Kevin Lowe should be the team president. Hell, the only reason why they like Daryl Cates as the owner is because, well, at least he's got the money to keep them in Edmonton, so they don't have to go back to 500 owners like they had before. But there is no Oilers fans that I know are happy with their management at all. They want them gone. They would love to see Peter Chiarelli step in and take over. They'd love to see Todd McClellan come in as head coach, and that's something that's being cited, kicked around. And I think that'd be a good fit. But you know, the thing is yeah, they cannot. And for once, I got to say, Damian Cox of Sportsnet made an excellent point. He said,
You bite your goddamn tongue right now.
"Oh, I know, but hey, listen, a stopwatch is right twice a day." So that was one of his 2 times. But the bottom line is, he was right when he said they have no excuses anymore. None. No more excuses. You got a generational player dropped into your lap that you were not expecting to get. Okay. Even if they don't make the playoffs next season, they have to significantly improve. They cannot be a bottom feeder. They cannot be in the bottom 3. They cannot be in the bottom 5. They have to at least be finish next season inside of 10 points of a playoff berth. That gives some indication that they're improving.
They got to pick in the teens next year.
Yeah, they have to show real, genuine improvement next season. Because if they don't, you can't keep going for the next 5 years sucking on toast as you've had the past 5. You just can't. Not now. I mean, because listen, we all knew. Listen, Taylor Hall, Nugent Hopkins, Yakupov. Yeah, we knew they were going to be really good players. And Taylor Hall, if he can ever stay healthy, my God, I mean, the guy's an 80, 90-point guy. But he's not on the same level as a guy like Connor McDavid, who is anticipated to be. I mean, for God's sake, Gretzky considers him the best franchise player to come into the league in the last 30 years. So I'm sure somewhere Sidney Crosby's going, woo! But regardless.
Hey, remember me?
Remember me? Hello? I'm sure Ovi be going, hello, Russian over here, 650 goal seasons over here, But regardless.
Record, old man.
But shooting for your record. I'd love it if he broke it. I really would. Gretzky's got so many records that'll never be broken, but that one would be cool if Ovi could break that record. So come on, Ovi, 4 more 50-goal seasons, brother. You can do it. But you got to. But, there is no more excuse. Do I expect them to win a Stanley Cup next year? No. Do I expect them to at least contend for the playoffs? And yes, absolutely yes. And if they don't, if they're still bottom 30, now they're on the bottom 3, bottom of the league again, then Johnny's right. Changes have to happen, and management has to be gutted. They has to go.
I mean, the reason that I say it that way is because there are so many times where coaches or GMs take the fault of the team not playing well.
Yeah.
But this isn't the case on the Oilers. Like, they have all the good players. They have people that should be making the playoffs. Like, it's obviously something else. And the only other thing is the coach and the management.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the management because the management they have not built properly around those young players. They don't have a quality starting goaltender. They don't have top 2 defensemen, and they don't have skilled checking line depth. They have failed to build around their young players. It's not the young players' fault. My God, those kids are busting a gut, But, it's management's fault. Management's fault because, look, some of the coaches they had before, they turfed them, for no good reason. Pat Quinn turfed him after a year. Why? Because Pat Quinn had the nuts to actually say this team isn't very good. It needs to improve. And that, his mistake, he said it publicly, And they fired him for no good reason other than he spoke his mind publicly and said what everybody knew. Tom Rennie fired him. Why? Well, because he wasn't doing the job fast enough. Well, geez, you can only do so much with what you had. Look, oh God, who's the Finnish coach they had? Who's now running, a team in the English Premier League?
Oh no, he wasn't a Finnish coach. He was a Canadian, Ralph Kruger.
Yeah, Canadian Ralph Kruger. Yeah, well, I was thinking somebody. Yeah, but Ralph Kruger. Look, the Oilers did fine in that year. Jesus, that was the most improvement they'd made in 5 years. They finished, they finished, wound up with the 7th overall pick, but they actually made real improvement, and they were actually in playoff contention until the final month of the season. Now granted, that was the lockout shortened season, but they still made real improvement. I mean, it was obvious, And what did they do? Oh, Craig McTavish fired him. Why? Because it wasn't my guy. And I was like, you idiot, what are you doing? I mean, at least give Kruger a full season to see what he can do before you can fire him. Right off the bat, I was like, okay, McTavish, no. And brought in Dallas Eakins, and unfortunately that didn't work. I was one of the ones who thought that could have worked out bringing in Dallas Eakins. It didn't. But they brought in Todd Nelson, and voila, the team showed some improvement. Does Nelson deserve a crack at trying again? I would think so, but unfortunately, listen, if a guy like Todd McClellan is available and willing to come to Edmonton, hell, if Mike Babcock was willing to come to Edmonton, well, I'm sorry, Todd, you could come as an assistant. We'll hire you as an assistant, but yeah, we want Todd or Mike Babcock.
So that was another thought that I had, actually, when the Oilers won the draft lottery, is it almost felt like, too, that the Sabres were banking on Connor McDavid being there in order to bring Babcock in.
That very well, oh, sorry, I can't talk, Johnny, but that very well may have been so. That very well may have been so. Yep.
So, I mean, now that's another thing that doesn't occur for the Sabres.
Yeah.
There's no chance that he goes to the Sabres at this point without having a Connor McDavid.
Even with Jack Eichel there, and I mean, as I said, Jack Eichel is going to be a very good player. It's like we said, that's a hell of a consolation prize to get. It really is. I mean, God.
Look, I just won a juicer doing an employee contest. I'd rather have Jack Eichel than the juicer.
Well, that goes
what the hell am I going to juice?
You could juice steak. I don't know. What?
God, I think I can't. I think I'll try that. I'm going to juice a steak.
Juice
sausage?
Hot dogs. Yeah, sausage, hot dogs is the same thing.
Sure. Just be like, no, and then
you can use it to juice organ meat. There you go.
There's not a lot of juice in this Jim Mack.
I don't understand. It's not squeezing very much out of his liver and kidneys. I don't know.
Lyle, did Bob Nicholson get brought in to fire people because Daryl Cates can't do that? Because Daryl Cates seems very apprehensive to fire anybody.
I don't think it's the fact that he's apprehensive to fire anybody. He just doesn't give a shit. To be perfectly blunt, he doesn't give a shit.
Fair enough.
Listen, an owner who gives a shit would not have put up with what he's put up with over the last 5 years. He either doesn't give a shit or he really just doesn't understand how sports teams are supposed to be run. It's like, hey, it's a great idea. I'll own the sports team in this fanatical hockey town. It's guaranteed to make money. It's a moneymaker. Yeah, okay, whatever. You guys go and run stuff. And say you will about Charles Wong when he ran the Islanders, but at least he was engaged. Half the stuff he came up with was cuckoo, cuckoo, but at least he was engaged. Daryl Cates is not engaged. All Daryl Cates cares about is team making money. Making money. I don't give a shit how they do. As long as they're making money, good, excellent. That's all he cares about. So maybe that's why Nicholson was brought in, because Daryl Cates didn't really have enough. So it's just like, oh, fans are getting upset. They might not actually sell out their shiny new arena. Oh, okay. Well, Nicholson's part of this anyway. Okay. He can be the hiring and firing guy, because I don't want to deal with that crap.
Listen, Bob, you have to take this over. I'm building an entire city. Do you see that out there? You helped the damn thing happen.
Exactly. Do not distract me with these petty quibblings. Just deal with it.
Have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob take over, or the Jay and
No,
Silent Bob movie?
I saw Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and
That's what I'm talking about.
I was a big fan of them in that religious movie that he did as well.
Dogma.
Thank you. Yes.
There's a scene in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where they're trying to hide on the Hollywood sets, and they hide in Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season.
Yeah.
And then I think Daryl Cates is the Gus Van Sant, and Bob Nicholson is the Ben Affleck. He's like, or the Matt Damon. He's like, can we go now? He's like, shut up, I'm counting my money.
What I remembered best about that scene was that, okay, you know how this works. You do the money picture so you can make the art picture.
Exactly. Yo, Affleck, you were the bomb in Phantoms, kid. Oh, I gotta watch that movie again. Oh, that was a good movie.
It's a cult classic. It's a cult classic. Yes.
Morris, stay in the motherfucking town. I got a trip next week, so that's probably why. I'll probably bring that down. Although I'm sure Jen's got that Mostly at Netflix too.
Mhm.
Anyway, discussing things. By the way, Lyle, we might have to have a production meeting on air when your segment's done. So go off the last 5 minutes because we'll talk about production stuff for next week.
Sure, why not?
Odd schedule next week because
Whee!
at this time next week, I'm pretty sure I'll be in the middle of Saskatchewan.
What are you doing there, you naughty, naughty boy?
Driving to North Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Saskatchewan. The Indians named it that, meaning let's move on and find a better place.
Sounds- Zing Robertson, he's here all week.
I always thought it went. I thought it meant whale's vagina. Oh, sorry,
That's
that's
San
San
Diego.
Diego.
San Diego.
You say San Diego, I say Saskatchewan. Let's call the whole thing off.
I literally mapped it out, and I'm just like, I have to drive through all of Saskatchewan until I get to like the southeast part, and then I cross the border. What
But the good
hell?
thing about Saskatchewan is you can cross it in half a day.
Jesus, that's fine.
That's the good thing about it, man. Pedal to the metal, and you're across it in half a day, my friend.
Yeah, but there's nothing to look at.
Exactly. Well, then you crank the tunage and you just sing at the top of your lungs because nobody's gonna see you.
Oh,
And
yeah. Well,
just-
but it's
Come on,
flat,
Scotty.
it's flat
You've
later.
taken enough draft trips where I've been asleep in the passenger
That's
seat anyway.
super
I'll
true.
just record some
There
dulcet
you
sounds of me snoring, and you can put it there if you
Well,
want.
here's the part. I was trying to my stereo in the new ride doesn't have an auxiliary port. So I'm
Uh-oh.
like, all right, cool. I'll go buy a new stereo head. I went in today like, hey, bad news. You have to get this module before you get the stereo head, and that's gonna cost you $400 out the box. I'm like, God
Ooh.
damn!
I agree, man.
I think I dropped an N-bomb. I'm not really sure. But the point is this. And then I'm just like, and then yeah, we could do it. It's gonna sound like FM quality, and that's $300. I'm like, well, shit. I can just go get one of those things that I can plug into my cigarette adapter, do that little FM thing, and just do it that way if I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that kind of
For
garbage.
$30, and if it
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
work, you throw it out the window while you're driving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if I'm going fast enough in Saskatchewan, I'll just keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's the old joke in Saskatchewan where my wife left me and I saw her leaving 3 days later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I'm looking at this trip. I'm like, why the hell did I not pay for a flight? And then I look at flight prices, and I'm like, that's why I didn't pay for.
That's
a flight.
why I didn't pay for the flight play.
And rental car too, because Jen doesn't drive, so it's just like, okay, well, fine. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
miles on this new car like a sumbitch.
There you go.
Turn that sumbitch sideways. Pick it up, you can't hear. Anyway,
You should just rent a car and drive it.
I should, but then you have to do cross-border bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like I had to do
Does
that.
it cost money in Canada?
Well, no, because you have to make sure, and then border guards get, a little.
Because we drove from Seattle to Vancouver.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's fine for small distances. I'm going almost 1,500 kilometers, which is about 900 miles.
As long as you're not playing Eastbound and Down while you're going through the checkpoint, I think you're fine.
That's true. Oh, yeah, but the problem is I like that at the checkpoint where I have the bandit. I got my skull.
Scotty and the Bandit.
I got my big dip in of like bubble gum because I'm too afraid to eat chew tobacco.
Oh, you don't want to get into that stuff, man.
I got Dom DeLuise beside me, and I'm like, wait a minute, sir, how are you here?
Yeah. It's the ghost of Dom DeLuise.
He dead?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Dead several years, dude. Several years ago.
Wow, 2009. Wow, that's coming up on his death. Holy
What?
jeez.
What?
Wow, May 4th, 2009. I just thought he was didn't have. First off, I thought he was dead in 73. Second off, wow, he made it to 75. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Great hat, solid hat game. Anyway, what were we talking about? Speaking of hat games, I don't know where I'm going with this. Man, Lau, these playoffs have been something. Even though some of the games are a little bit of a lopsided series, they've been fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've been close. I mean, even though the lopsided series, they haven't been blowouts by any stretch.
No, the triple overtime last night. That Predators Blackhawks could be the best first round series we've seen.
Oh, absolutely, man. Those guys just they just light it up especially when it's overtime. Holy crap! You know,
Yeah.
like game one was the overtime in game one was fantastic.
And that one's a double.
Oh, and I said at the time, I said, please let every overtime be as good as this, you know, because that was just classic. But yeah, but even like the low-scoring series, like the Capitals Islanders has been low-scoring, but man, has that been physical.
Yeah, that's been a hell of a series.
Oh man, and
the,
Calgary and Vancouver. Oh, that's the series where they brought the hate. That one they brought the hate. I thought it would have been.
That's just inside the rink. Outside the
yeah.
rink, because there's a lot of BC people. I didn't realize how many BC people there were that I knew until the series started.
Oh yeah, and well, like I said, I thought that Ottawa and Montreal would have been the one that would have been ugly, especially after the PK Subban incident in Game 1 on slashing Mark Stone. But that one's kind of been kind of tame. Not that it hasn't been bad hockey. That one's been a good series as well. As lopsided as lopsided, but it's been very, very close. But yeah, that Flames Canucks series, boy, that one's just been just nasty. The hate in that series. But I can't believe, like I said, I have to admit, I'm surprised though. I mean, give it up to the Flames. They're really taking it to the Canucks.
It's one of those things where they don't know they should be losing.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's just they're young and they just don't know any better right now.
Exactly. Guys, you're not supposed to win this. What? Nah, shut up.
Ah, you talking crazy talk. Sam Bennett, holy cow. What a debut for that kid.
Best trade deadline pickup they had.
Yeah.
Holy God. Well, you know what? I have to say, the Michael Furlan coming into his own as a pest, that's been pretty interesting. That's been interesting to see because I didn't think of him as like the pesky kind of guy.
No, neither did I. It's just been like over the course of the season, he really has kind of grown into that role. It's like at first he was like trying to find the right role where he would be a good fit, and boy, has he ever found it.
Why is everyone underestimating Anaheim? Because this is they're first. They were first in the West, if I'm not mistaken.
They were first in the Western Conference.
People give them a lot of gumph.
I think the reason for that is they're pretty much. No, not so much last year. It's two things. I think their offense still tends to be pretty top heavy. I mean, yes, I know they spread their scoring around pretty good, but it's still Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf are still the engine that drive that train. If anything happens to those guys, if you can shut those guys down, they're gonna struggle to score. I think the other reason is Frederik Andersen hasn't really proven himself yet as a playoff goaltender. Now he's certainly starting to do that this year, but I think that's part of the reason why. I think that once these guys they get past the Jets, depending on who their second round opponent is, if they have a good series in that one, I think that's when people are going to start taking them for real. Because right now people are going, yeah, they're beating the Jets, but they're beating the Jets. I mean, listen, I give the Jets credit for working their asses off, but it's very apparent in this series which team has the depth and talent, because you can see it. The depth and talent and the experience, you can really see it in this series. And the one thing that's come to the fore for me with the Ducks is their defense. That young defense, man, oh man, oh man, did they waste no time getting that puck out of their own zone. That's another reason why, the Ducks are just giving the Jets a lot of fits in this series, because they are quick to get that puck out of the zone, and just when the Jets think they got something going, boom, the play's turn around and heading back the other way just that fast. And it's because they're young blue liners in the Ducks defense.
Yeah. Looking at other series and stuff like that, like the Minnesota Wild, they play tonight. They're game 4 tonight. They're starting here in a couple minutes. Are you surprised they're up 2-1? Because I kind of a little part of me, especially considering this is a crucial playoffs for the St. Louis Blues. I'm surprised that they have a 2-game lead and they dispose of them so easily in game number 3.
Oh man, game 3 was just total dumb. That was what surprised me. I'm not surprised that the Wild are up 2-1, because let's face it, they were the hottest team in the second half of this season. And I knew they were going to make life miserable for whoever they faced in the first round, and that included the Blues. But game 3, that surprised me. I mean, 17 shots was all they got on Devan Dubnyk. I mean, and the Wild took no penalties no penalties, and it wasn't for lack of trying on, especially in the part of guys like Backus and Ott. I mean, they were trying to go these guys and nope, wouldn't do it. That was one of the most disciplined games, playoff games I've seen a team play in a long, long time. They just totally dominated the Blues, and I think you're right, Scotty. If the Blues lose this series, changes are coming, and not just behind the bench. I think Ken Hitchcock will lose his job if that happens. And I definitely think guys like Backus or TJ Oshie could end up on the trade block. I definitely think that'll happen because they will need a shake-up somewhere because that leadership core is not getting the job done. If they don't go deep in this series, that's where you're going to see changes. Is going to be among their leadership core.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, it's an odd situation for the Blues. Like you would hope they would have learned after all these years, after everything gone. No, you don't need to learn. The hell with learning. What's that?
Well, and they can't blame it on their goaltending this time because Jake Allen's been very good in this series so far. He's been very good. So you can't pin it on your goaltenders this time.
No, sadly. They'll try to find a way though. Watch it. What other series we got here? Tampa Bay Red Wings.
Mm-hmm. That was a bit. I gotta admit that series has surprised me.
Yeah.
I really thought the Lightning were gonna. I thought the Lightning would be one of those teams to be up 3-0 and ready to put these guys away. But holy cow, man! The Red Wings. They're the
Red Wings.
Yeah. They do what they do, and Peter Mierzak, what a bounce back performance for him. I mean, after he got shelled there in Game 2, but as like they said, it wasn't his fault because his defense did nothing to help him out in Game 2. His defense and his performance. I mean, that was a strong performance by the Wings in that one. That was a statement game for them. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Lightning come back on this one because I think they were caught a bit by surprise. I think Game 1 they were caught off guard a bit, but Game 2 they dominated it, and I think that's what they were expecting. I think their mindset was, okay, this is what we expected. And then Game 3 happened, and you could just see they looked confused, and things got a little chippy on their end. So it'll be interesting to see how they react in Game 4.
We got Rangers Penn. That series, you know what? I'm surprised that the Penguins, considering how bad they were down the stretch, are keeping it close as they are.
Yeah, and I have to say for me, this series isn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
It's like the Penguins all season. They're not as exciting as you thought it would be.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's very underwhelming.
Yeah, and as we speak, the Senators are up 1-0 midway through the third period, so they may have a life.
Anderson played well. Anderson's been playing well, man.
Yeah. Well, people were questioning them going, ditching the Hamburglar for Anderson. I wasn't at all, though. Anderson's got the playoff experience. That's the guy you need to have in there in an elimination game, and good call. I think.
And the clock strike 14:59 for Hamburglar.
Pretty much.
God bless him for what he did, though, because that was oh boy, that was something.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get himself a nice contract out of this, whether it's from the Senators or from another team.
Mo money. That was another good sketch. The In Living Color Mo Money guys. Sorry, I'm just thinking of old.
Yeah, but with Mo Money, there's Mo problems.
That is true. Biggie taught us that.
Well, you know what they say. Mo Money and Mo makes Mo a Mo.
Mo.
Gotta go to Mo's. Gotta go to Modell's. Gotta go to Mo's.
Go to. Sorry. This is how my brain's working after birthday weekend, though. It was.
There you go, and a happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you. It was what I remember of it was great.
From what I heard listening to the show, yeah, it sounded like what you remembered. You had a good time.
God, it was a great time. I had great people around me. I think it's like the show. It's not so much me as it is everyone around me. They're good. Didn't have Veronic there. I would have loved to have Veronic there at my birthday. How great would it be if Veronic just showed up at a bar and he's like, "Hey, birthday," and just walks right out. I'm like, JR. And then he cries because he lost it. He didn't have a title. Anyway.
And then because you're wearing a Stanley Cup ring, he cries.
I got the Stanley Cup ring, and he doesn't.
And he's like, I don't have one of those. I couldn't even get one out of the 20
JR, no. No, it's promotion. No, JR. No.
You played with the Senators?
You played for the 27 Senators. You look great. Yeah, no, it was me. It was me and the fireman. It was me and Alex Honnold. We were good times. Anyway, Lau, how do you feel about NHL in Vegas?
I don't have a problem with it. It's inevitable. Let's face it. They didn't move the NHL. As I said before, they didn't move the NHL award show from Toronto to Vegas just because Bettman likes playing the slots. Okay,
Hot, dirty, wet slots.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but no, I mean this was an inevitability. As soon as they could get it, as soon as a proper venue was built, and somebody stepped forward that was willing to put forth a season ticket drive and willing to own a team. I mean, it's an inevitability. And listen, I think it can work provided as I said, that you've got proper management in there. And a good coach. I mean, go off the Nashville model. There was a terrific post today in SB Nation. I don't know if it was today or within the last couple of days. It basically was how the Nashville Predators built a fan base in college football country. Okay, I mean, I remember when they put the Predators, when they said they were putting a team in Nashville. I mean, of course, all the talking heads here in Canada all looked down their noses and they sneered and said, "Oh, how pointless is it putting a franchise in Nashville? Oh, how stupid that was! Oh. Well, yeah, the Predators got the last laugh because I mean they have built a fanatical fan base there. Nashville is a hockey town. Period. Full stop. They have supported that team through their highs and lows, and that's the model. If that's the only advice I would give anybody who's be anywhere at all affiliated with the Las Vegas franchise, the NHL. Follow the Nashville model. Bring in a smart hockey man and bring in a good coach, and build properly. Don't go for the quick fixes. Build properly and give it time and build a fan base. Reach out to your community and build a fan base like the Predators did in Nashville and throughout Tennessee. They have a diehard, fanatical fan base there. And that's a model that must be followed for any expansion team.
There you go. Because I only mentioned this because I was looking on, as I was doing my rundown, the NHL.com had a nice little thing from the CP Wire about how Winnipeg could be the example to Las Vegas on how to market hockey. Which, whatever, you can take that with a grain of salt. I guess it's just trying to pump Winnipeg's tires just in general.
Well, yeah. I mean, Winnipeg was diehard to begin with anyway. I mean, that, nobody was going to fail there. Sure. If you put an NHL team there, you were never going to fail. Okay, but it's much harder when you go into a non-hockey market. So that's why I say Nashville is the model to follow in that instance.
Yeah, and that's why. Sorry, Johnny, were you saying something?
No, you can finish. I was just going to say that I feel like Nashville's the model, but I feel like a team in Vegas is more like a team in Florida, where you don't have fans that actually live there. They grew up somewhere else. Or in Vegas's case, they may actually live somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many people that live in and around Vegas.
Well, if you listen to them, to the ones who are running this whole push to bring in an NHL franchise, they claim that that's just a myth, and no, we have a solid population here that are born here, raised here, So I mean, listen. By the same token, you could say that Tampa Bay wouldn't be a good hockey market because that's in Florida, but yet they turned around and Tampa Bay is another one. Tampa Bay, again, that's when we got to give them credit. I mean, you want to talk about extremes, holy crap. But I give it up. Listen, say we will about Tampa Bay as a hockey market, but their fans are devoted. They are devoted. So maybe if Nashville might not be a good example, maybe look at Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay under Jay Feaster or under Steve Yzerman. That would be that model.
Yeah,
not under Phil Esposito, not under OK Hockey.
Yeah. And to your point, Johnny, is what I was going to bring up is what I saw on ESPN's front page and 538, Nate Silver's website that's affiliated with, and talking about how Las Vegas statistically is a terrible place. for a team because there's only apparently the 2013 analysis said 91,000 NHL fans in Metro Las Vegas. I don't know how they get that. Whatever. And then they talked about just the other teams that were before it, the minor league teams that didn't get a share of the average in comparison to the rest of the league that they have there, and this, that, and the other. So I think to Johnny's case is what Nate Silver wrote about. So that's talking about some negatives like irregular working hours, terrible public transit, and just competing for entertainment dollar, which is probably a bad reason why the NHL may or may probably won't succeed in Vegas as much as people would have hoped. Kind of gimmick. So I mean, it's a fun read, but it's a lot of numbers, and I don't do the math.
No, but
I
and
really like what Nashville did, though.
Yeah, Nashville.
Like,
Did
if any, I think that the thought to that would be any expansion team coming into the NHL should follow what Nashville did. Not Las Vegas specifically.
No, yeah, your Seattle's, your Quebec cities. Well, Quebec City's going to be more like Winnipeg, but it's Seattle. If Kansas City ever decided that they like, hey, let's throw something in Kansas City because why not?
Yeah.
That'd be something there. But yeah, because we went to Nashville, Johnny. That was 2003, and that was what, like 5 years after they became.
Yeah, that about 5-6 years afterwards. Yeah.
And that was then it was pretty like they did all they could to make that a thing, and I think that was also the first time we saw a mass exodus, even though that was just our second year there. When after the Predators picked all like 11,000 people who showed up for the day, just peaced out. See you guys later.
Okay, we got what we wanted.
I was looking down typing, and then I look up and where the hell did everybody? Did we leave? Did I have a coma? Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, just very very quickly as an aside, your Selke nominees, no surprises here: Patrice Bergeron, Anze Kopitar, and Jonathan Toews.
Or as I like to call it, the same people as last year.
Same people as last year.
'Cause I'm pretty sure the Lady Bing might have been the same people as last year too.
Yeah, Lady Bing was pretty
Bergeron,
close. Well, other than Ryan O'Reilly, who was the guy
Ryan
who won it.
O'Reilly,
Yeah,
sure.
Ryan O'Reilly wasn't on it this year, but Datsuk, who won it before, Kopitar, and I think Bergeron. I think Bergie was in there too. Yeah, I think.
The point is this: it's really we're just doing it. You're getting through the shitty trophies. We're doing best lighting. We're doing best
makeup,
like
costumes,
cinematography,
set
soundtrack.
design.
Don't forget best grip.
Oh
Exactly.
yes,
Oh,
of course.
Shit. Let's talk to my girl. Anyway.
Hey-o!
Kung Fu grip.
How do you feel, honey? All right. Anyway, masturbation joke. Anyway, folks. What else is in the news today? Yeah, that was a nice little piece by Nate Silver. If you got a chance and you like numbers, that's for purposes, population purposes, that's something there. It's the first time I've ever been to Nate Silver's site, and probably the last time because.
Well, they do some number crunchy stuff there. Some of it's pretty good.
Yeah, it seems too numbery, but not numbery.
Not
Too numbery,
enough.
but not sporty
numbery
enough. Oh no, it's much too. I was trying to learn the rules of crib, and I couldn't understand it, Lyle.
Oh, come on, crib is easy.
Of course, I was drunk, so that probably didn't help. I'm trying to do this and that, and I'm just confessing. This is why my mom hates me, that I never became an accountant, and like I can't even figure out numbers and cribs, and here we are. And then I think I had another shot. I think that's what did me in.
It's starting to look like Senators are going to push this series back to Montreal for Game 5, kids. Starting to look that way.
It's not going to last too much longer after that.
No. I think it's over in Game 5 in Montreal. The Habs really wanted to win this tonight, but this is like anything. When you're up 3-0, that's one of the toughest games to win. If you're the team that is up 3-0, it really is. Unless your opponent really has decided to toss in the towel. If you've got a team like the Senators, who, let's face it, after what they've been through since mid-February to make to the play, you had to know they weren't going to go. They weren't just going to collapse and die. That they were going to fight like hell tonight. So, when you're up against an opponent like that, Game 4 when the team is up 3-0, I think that's the toughest game. Or one of the toughest anyway to win in the playoffs is that one. I think it gets pushed to Game 5 and back home in Montreal. I think the Habs are going to, really open it up there. But yeah.
That's you heard it here first, kids. Lau Richardson says a 3-0 series lead is the 2-goal lead of hockey.
It is. It is. In most cases, look,
In most cases, it really is.
History shows in most cases it is. Teams that go up 3-0 inevitably have a bit of a letdown because you're right there, you can put it away, and the other team you're kind of expecting will, they'll give up. But especially if the team that's down 3-0, if they're playing on their home ice, because their whole thing is, if we're going to go out, our last game of the season is not going to be here on home ice. They are not going to clinch, not in our barn. They're not going to clinch it in our barn. So, well, we saw it last year in the Cup final.
Yeah.
Kings are up 3-0, but you knew that the Rangers were not going to let them clinch it. Not in the Garden.
Not in the Garden where people.
Not in the Garden.
Well, you got anything to chit chat about? You got anything?
I pretty much
got anything grinding? Nothing.
You said production stuff or something we're going to talk about?
Well, we can. Trying to find a hot, steamy hockey erotica piece. We haven't had those in a week or so. Next week, Monday or Tuesday better for you, boss?
I do it the old-fashioned way. Schedule. I still have to write it down on paper. Tuesday looks good.
Okay.
Tuesday, same time?
Tuesday
Johnny,
it is.
Johnny Tuesday? All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm fine.
That works. That will work then.
What am I doing with my life?
You know what? That's a question we've been asking for years.
Oh.
And
you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
How did I get here?
Days go by. And the days go by. Once in a lifetime. Into the blue again. After the money's gone. Once in a lifetime. Water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was.
This is not my beautiful house. This is not my beautiful life.
You may ask yourself, where does that highway lead to? Am I right? Am I wrong? My God, what have I done? Anyway, see what you did, Johnny? You got it right off on a Talking Heads rant. There we go.
I know. It happens, though.
Well,
I find it.
That's what happens when we're burning down the house. So.
All I know is that it's going to take time and it's going to take money to do it right. So
Lyle, do you know another Toto song outside of the song Africa?
Toto? Sure. Hold the Line. 99.
Okay.
And I think that's
I don't know if you heard or not, but Amazon, what is it? Amazon Play, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what I said earlier? They give out free, or Google Play, sorry. Google Play gives out free songs every day. The last 2 days, they've given out the whole albums of the best of Meatloaf and the best of Toto.
Okay. Yeah, the best of Meatloaf. Most of it's from Bat Out of Hell, but a couple of tunes from Back Into Hell.
So, I was like, hold on, where did this one come from?
And the best of Toto, I think that goes on. I think it's all of 3 songs. So, don't know. Wasn't really a big Toto fan.
Well, it was free. I didn't pay. And Google owes me for cutting us off after 20 minutes last week.
There you go.
Yeah, that was garbage. That was a great. I had that. My parents had that song on, like, if you bought a new Ford, they gave you that best of tape. So when we bought our '88 Aerostar, like, that was on there, and some really other shitty '80s songs. But I'm just like, Africa was the really leading part of that one. I think Heaven is a Place on Earth was on that disc too.
Oh God!
What a song!
Oh man! That's Belinda Carlisle makes Africa seem like Black Sabbath, man. Holy crap!
Racist. That's racist.
You're damn right it is. I'm fiercely proud of it.
All right. So hold on a second. Let me take a this could be a hot one. So I got to take a swig of my soda. This could be a hot one. Just looking at it right now. Oh, this is straight rum. I don't know why that Ed McMahon result. Oh, Lau, you're the best. All right. So this is from Taking a Shot.
Oh, God. We're going to finish with, Hockey
Finish it
Erotica.
strong, Lau. We're finishing.
Scotty Waz brings you another chapter from the Hockey Erotic, Taking the Shot.
He palmed the nape of her neck and pulled her in for a kiss. This time, there'd be no one to interrupt them. The softest sigh escaped her lips as their mouths met, their lips sliding together. He kept it slow and easy to start, his fingers dancing in her hair, holding her in place as he moved his mouth over hers. He swept his hand over her back and turned her so her legs were on the sofa. Then he had her cradled in his arms. Then he settled into the kiss, demanding more, sliding his tongue inside her mouth to sweep against her. She moaned, and she pushed her body closer to his. He heated, hardened, and snaked his hand down her back to cup and squeeze her butt. It would be so easy to give her exactly what she wanted, to strip her bare and fuck her. And release the tension that drove them both, but that would be too easy. He didn't want anything about this to be easy. He wanted this to be a whole lot of complicated. A whole lot of complicated?
A whole lot of complicated? The hell? That's not a sentence.
So she wouldn't run off and find some other guy tomorrow. Why he cared, he didn't know. He wasn't looking for a relationship or a permanence of any kind, but he still didn't want Jenna to find it with anyone else. If that made him an asshole, now his thumb over one and... Oh, hold on. I missed the whole thing. He laid her head in the crook of her arm and turned over so he could run his hand over her breast. She hadn't worn a bra tonight, and he watched her nipples harden every time she got a chill. It had been hard not to reach out and touch them, to scoop a handful of them and tease the puckered crest every time they tightened against her top. Now he rubbed his thumb over one, then the other, watching them peek from his touch. He tucked his hand under her shirt, her stomach quivering. He smiled down at her, then walked his fingers along her rib cage and laid his hand over her breast. She loved touching her, loved seeing the spark of passion in her eyes when he rolled his thumb over her nipple.
Ah!
Oh, God, come on, Lau. When he smoothed his hand over her belly and started south, he heard the hitch of her breath and smiled. Yeah, that's exactly where he was going. Right to the button of her jeans. He undid the button, drew the zipper down, and slid his hand down to her pants. Ty, she said. He wasn't sure if it was his name, if his name was a statement, a whisper, or a plea. All he knew was her skin felt like fire under her flimsy silk panties. He dipped his fingers below her sex and touched the dangling piercing. Her body hummed, her sweet scent filled the air around them. He slipped his fingers lower, and she was damp. Let's get these off. She tugged at the hips of her jeans and shimmied out of them, kicking them to the end of the couch. Her panties had white and pink stripes and were see-through. The edges barely scraped her hip bones. She reached for them, but he stopped her. Leave these on. They're sexy. Let me touch you. He palmed the panties, felt her heat and wetness through them, and when he swiped his fingers over her sex, she arched against him. He spread the panties aside, sweeping his fingers over her pussy lips. She was like velvet there, smooth and silky. He wanted to lick her, to feel her sweet cream spill over his tongue. She came. So shall it be written.
And
so shall it be
scene. Johnny's looking up like...
So here's my question. So, I'm a very analytical person. I'm just going to put that out there right now. And to this point, in these readings, I was under the impression that sex equaled pussy. But you know, pussy lips, just not pussy, I guess. And he keeps calling it, whoever the writer is, I believe it's a she, right? Is that right, Scotty?
Yeah.
She keeps calling it sex, and I was dead on thinking, every time I heard sex, it was pussy. But apparently, that's just not the case because she slips a pussy lips in there right at the last second when you.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. So the sex is supposed to mean pussy. Then that means that the song "Let's Talk About Sex" is actually meaning "Let's Talk About Pussy."
Oh God, yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Okay.
Sure,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And I want your sex is I want
Salt
your
and
pussy.
pepper, you're very, very. That was very sneaky of you.
And sex machine is just pussy machine.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah. Though George Michael and I Want Your Sex, that's just false advertising.
Well, he had to keep up.
Nah, false advertising. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
Yeah. Have you seen his ass in those jeans?
It's like, hey, George, who's the beard? Oh, sorry.
His name's Andrew.
I'm just happy we didn't climax on cupping sex, so that's fine.
No, I had to stop it. See, the smooth and silky, and running his tongue over there. Wow, that started off slow, and then we got it going. We got it going in a big way. But I don't know what cupping the sex means anymore. I'm really confused, to be quite honest with all of you. But they don't pay me to think; they pay me to read. And they don't even pay me to do that. I just stole books, and then here we are reading them, and here we are. Here we are. That's really all I have to say. Lyle, you have anything to add? Any more analytics about that? Did it work as a British guy? Did it work as like the Masterpiece Theater kind of?
Yes,
game?
yes,
Okay.
it definitely did. I enjoyed it much better. Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Perfect.
I like when you add your own inflections to it.
Yes, definitely.
I still think my favorite moment was 2 or 3 weeks ago when the guy was surprised in the middle of it. That was my favorite moment.
Yeah. These things are gold.
Oh man, they're
wasn't
a great way. They're a great way to end this to end the show.
That one wasn't a sentence.
I know that was what got me. It was not a sentence.
I was like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Like, what a cop. Okay, you got any more there for a sentence? Hello.
Much more complicated or complicate, and then there was no D at the end, and there was.
He wanted it more. He wanted what? How did that go again? Wanted more complicate. Like, yeah, you got anything? You got any more for us there? Sentence? Come on.
Complicate and what? There should be something there to predicate.
Yes. Yeah.
He wanted much more maybe she was getting. She knew what she was going to write. She was getting too steamy. She had to get to it. She had to get to just the panties, and well, who wouldn't? God knows I have. Well, it's been fun. It's been real fun.
As always, gentlemen.
As always. So Tuesday we will be, and same bat time, same bat channel.
By that time, we will know who will be playing in the second round.
Well, no, the Caps will still have Game 7.
No, Game 7's Monday. We determined that.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah.
Nice try, Johnny. Trying to throw me off.
And then
remember the last time that we watched a Game 7 involving the Capitals.
It was bad.
Yes, it did not end well. It ended well for my team.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, when we watched it together. Because I was going to say the last time Game 7 was on during our show was the Joe Ward game against Boston.
Yeah, no, well.
Or 13, whatever the hell it was.
Okay. Oh no, that's right. That was the last time. Yeah, time before that.
I'm thinking through the tunnel.
That's right. I'm thinking the 2010 one. Yeah. No, you're right. The one in 2012.
Was it 2012 or 13? I can't remember.
No, 2012. Bruins went to the Bruins went to the Cup final in 2013.
That's right. Yeah.
It was Joel Ward put the dagger in them in 2012. So.
And that morning, Mark said that he thought Joel Ward would have a great game, and lo and behold,
yes. And he did.
And then social media happened. And
then it got
Yeah, they were saying.
But then those bastards got shamed too, so they wound up getting their just desserts. So anyway,
I hope Ty gets his just desserts too. I might have to read that afterwards. That seems hot.
Oh wow.
He was right at her sex.
Yeah, okay.
He was staring her sex in the eye.
Yeah.
Said, hey.
If it's staring back, Ty, you're in trouble.
Laps. It was like he was angry at him. Leave those on. Leave them on.
Leave them on. Yeah, that's how you should do it. Leave them on. They look sexy.
They're great. They're fantastic. Oh, my sex is raging. Like
it's even better when you read it in the voice of an angrily repressed man.
He goes into full Hulk mode when she tries to take the panties off.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It's brought up. Let's see if it works better when I do it that way.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. I'll just do that last part.
Okay.
He palmed the panties and felt their heat and wetness through them. And when he swayed his fingers over her sex, she arched against him. Spread the panties aside, swinging his fingers over her pussy lips. When he was like velvet down there, it was smooth, it was silky, it was a feel of cream, spill over the tongue till he came. I think that works. It's kind of wrestling promo. It's
Oh my God, that was wonderful.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna read these 2 paragraphs, and then we're gonna be angry voice guy. Oh! Was all she said as he flicked his tongue along the piercing at her clit. Then he took it in his mouth, sucking her and letting the blood rest against his tongue. Her flavor made his dick pound. He wanted to hear her scream, wanted her to come in his mouth. She lashed his tongue across her lips, slid inside her. He lifted against her, sliding her pussy against his face. Her response drove him crazy. It was so easy to take his cock out and put it inside her right now until they both came. But this is a sweet pleasure for her. And her pleasure was more important. Come later. There it is.
Oh my God. That's the best laugh I've had this week, Scotty. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Oh my God, that was great.
That was so much angry.
Oh,
Wow.
oh man.
That goes full wrestling promo. Oh boy.
Okay. Oh man. Oh man. You're gonna. I think every week you're just gonna have to experiment with different voices and inflections. It's like that was a keeper, but we don't want to overdo it. Don't want to overdo it because then it'll lose the magic. You want to surprise every now and again. Throw that one out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Ah,
All right,
that was great. I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.
Robertson, SpectresHockey.net, TheBleacherReport.com, HockeyNews.com, and PI Guardian, Island Guardian, Island Guardian. Well, that was
After that
was intense.
Yeah. Sure was.
I'm sure I blew out our levels, but whatever, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. All right, Johnny, go ahead. Your shouts.
I don't know how other people feel about this, but I'm going to give a diss to Nice Magic Trail Mix.
Oh.
And the only reason that I'm giving it a diss is because it has peanuts, raisins, M&M chocolate candies, and chocolate chips in it, which I'm perfectly fine with all of that. It has peanut butter chips also, though.
Wow.
Which I wasn't expecting because I didn't read the bag. I just looked at the contents in the bag and I said, all of the contents are great. And then all of a sudden you get a random peanut butter chip in your mouth and you're like, what the hell was that? I was not expecting peanut butter in this son of a bitch. So nice. That was not nice. You need to warn me.
Was it on the bag?
No, it's right. Yeah, it's right there in the front. It's right. Like if I would have just read, it's right there on the bottom of the bag. So
you know what? That's on you then. That's on your reading skills.
Well, I wasn't reading. I was eating. I was hungry. I wanted something to eat.
You know what you should do? Next time before you get trail mix, text Leahy.
Yeah, Leahy is the trail mix.
Yeah.
Leahy knows trail mix.
If nothing else, Leahy knows trail mix.
So yeah, kind of. Okay, so a 75% diss to myself and 25% to Nice.
Perfect.
But it's called Magic Mix.
Well, hey, did you think there would be peanut butter chips in there?
No.
Voila, it's magic.
Oh, it's true, actually. You're right. I have a diss also to me actually going to Vegas and Garth Brooks not being there, because that would have been fun to see Garth Brooks, but apparently he's touring now, so I will not see Garth Brooks while I'm in Vegas.
Have you seen any shows?
Probably not. I don't really do a whole lot when I go to Vegas. Like, breathing is something that I would like to do, and being inside of a smoke-filled casino is not the way to do it. So yeah, we'll see. It should be fun. Good trip. What else? I have a shout out. I think it's like a month away. I have a cousin's wedding in a month. So shout out to them getting married.
Everyone's getting married. Jesus.
Yeah, I have 3 weddings this year. 2 cousins and a brother. 3 family weddings this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just got a family friend and a co-host. But which co-host is it? Is it Mark? Is it Todd? Is it Johnny? Or is it another podcast that I do?
Or Giuseppe?
Exactly.
There was I will give shout out to Sean Leahy, who keeps the bit alive even through Twitter. That was fun to come out of a meeting and be like, "What? I have 4 notifications from Twitter? What the hell happened?
What just happened there?"
So yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm good. So far, the in-ear monitors are nice. They're comfortable. They allow me to disconnect quickly if I have to pee, and they sit. They sound well too. They're nice so far.
It looks good. You look like a fancy man with no headphones on.
I know. I like it a lot.
Make the rest of us look like assholes.
You guys all have headphones though.
That's
Like microphones.
Yeah, we got the attached things.
I have to have a microphone, unless I figured out how to steal one of those headphone mic things that Sean has, but the cords were never long enough. So,
yeah, that's the worst part. And we didn't have extenders.
Yeah, but I have to buy new stuff. No, I'm gonna walk around like a cool kid and wear in-ear monitors.
Perfect. Rock on, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, bro?
Shout out Toto.
Toto. Love you, miss you. All right. Shout out to Mr. Mike's Casual Steakhouse, bar, grill, and everything else exciting. God damn, did they take care of me this week? I can't say enough about the guys there. Jeff, Mike, Cole, Kaylee, Brant. I don't think he works there anymore. Whatever. Sarah. Sarah was a great help. And then Molly, Jess, Cole's girlfriend, Sammy, the people at Brew House for giving me a ring. I did win it in 27 anyway, so that helped too. Yeah, everyone who wished me happy birthday, that's always fun to do. I mean, that's the joy of Facebook, but it's also pretty cool. It makes you feel good about yourself. So, whatever. Tis what it is. And everyone who didn't say, guess what? You're on the list. It's like Nixon with the list. Oh, Jesus. Okay, next week, Nixon Hockey Erotica.
Oh, God.
Oh, he was coming. Shout out to getting my taxes done. I just have to send in my U.S. side, and away I go. Ali, shout out Ali for doing things. Shout out to my birth mom for giving me for sending me an awesome gift pack. A lot of stuff from the bar she works at in Fells, which I'm probably going to go to when I'm back home, so that'll be interesting. I think that's it. Shout out to getting a car tune up too before I ride. Got to get going. But dis to having to get a module that's $400 just so I have a new car stereo with an aux. I'm just gonna buy like a Beats by Dre pill and put it in my fucking center console and be done with it.
You know how awesome that would be, actually.
Yeah, I have like a little cubby hole.
It would cost less than the $300 module that you have to buy.
Exactly, and it's wireless, and I can charge it up through the fucking cigarettes. But it's a matter of just making sure it's big enough for that little cubby hole coming out. So, or try to rig it up somehow. I don't know. I'll figure that out tomorrow. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. That's all. Shout out Mark and Britt because I got to save the date, and I'm just like, oh, this is real. This is no ruse anymore. Although I have to say, it's funny that both my buddy G Money and your brother are getting it, having their weddings June, July, August, September, October, like 6 months apart, like on the same date. Like, all right, cool. I can get my freaking flyer miles easy by that way. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. For Johnny P, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. Has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com. It's also our Tumblr. Check us out on Facebook at FOHS Radio /FOHS Radio and at Face Off HCKY Show on the Twitter. Till this coming Tuesday, less than a week away, folks. That's going to be a schedule change, but you're going to listen to iTunes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, whatever. Love you, miss you. Till next week. Till Tuesday. Peace.